decided it's time to get out while the going's good. For precisely midnight on Friday the 6th of November 1998, exactly 1 week ago today, after 36 years in the fire service and having risen to the dizzy heights of sub-officer, Terence Rocky Dunmore, MBE, retired. And so we, the men of Blue Watch, the men he'd honed to perfection over all that time, would like to present to you a typical day with Rocky. Thank you. 59. I wish Peggy had used the tannoy. Right, gents and your names. Simon Ward, Simon Bateman, Simon Nelson, Simon Barry, Simon Dill. Great President next up.
Carry on.
Sorry, this MBE business, it's not going to change you, is it?
No, of course it won't. I always love you, right? I love all of you. You know, I tell you straight away. I was talking to our Carol about it, wasn't I? Oh, bloody hell, it's Peggy.
Are we going to try and get some?
the bloody phone. I've got a load of paperwork. There you go. Leicester City Fire Brigade. I don't recognise you a lot. It's been allowed in 1874. It's never been the same. To tell you honest. It was quite nice there. It's fairly sunny, but hold on, I'm looping. Hold on. Yeah, Leicester City Fire Brigade. Yeah, sit. I'm going to have to night off as well. I'll never get any bloody time off either. Yeah, alright then, alright, right, fine.
Hey up, guys.
Right then.
I just took the text on too, mate, and there's a pocket radio missing. What am I going to do?
Pocket radio, hold on, I'll just have a quick look.
Oh. I never expected that.
I've got the Blue Watch videos, I've been looking after them for a few years. I'll let you have them sometime.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I've got a book I lent off Bob Bateman. I let him have it back before he died, alright? Close to me heart, this is. Did I ever tell you I played for Leicester Colts?
Yeah.
Still do a bit now. You moved!
Sorry.
As bad as Woody, you are. Hold on, let's have a look. Is this any good, Jimmy? Told you a bit of a spotter. Staff office. 65 pence blooming black money. Hold on. Food money. 65. I've only had about 3 cups of tea this month. Hold on, I'll have a quick look in my wallet. Just wait there. Tenner. Well, out of 20. Alright then, listen, I've only got 20s, I'll throw it you. Alright, mate. See you later then, bye. Before you start, you mention anything about the brigade shop, you're going out the window.
We're going to show the work on station, Ted.
Yeah.
Can we get out an hydrant?
I'd love to go out, Bob, but I've got the telephone to answer. But
We're getting bored, Ted. We've done everything.
I tell you, we've brushed your client's room for me.
Sure? There's no brooms on station, though. I would have done it, Ted.
Let me just have a quick look. What, shivery timber? I can't believe this is still there. See this?
Yeah?
During the strike in 17... Murphy gave us this to share out with the lads.
I don't know where that come from, it went years ago.
Oh, hold on, what's this? Still use the phone. Carol? Hi, Tez. Yeah, we're going Tenerife again this year. Right, then, bye. To get out of work, all right, still love them, though.
Terry, the lads have done all the standard tests, they've done all the station work, they've put the appliance through. Any chance we can get out and do some hydrants?
John, I'd love to. I really would, honestly, I'm waiting for a very important phone call. I've got a load of fire reports to follow. I've got loads to do in the office. Seriously. You know, you'll have to go 5 minutes then.
I mean,
you got 5 minutes?
Listen,
I've got my holiday snaps.
hold on a minute.
Well, that's when we're in the banjo and the taxi picks us up. Well, that's on the left-hand side of the East Midlands Airport. That's where we had a cup of tea. And that one there, that's when we're waiting for the plane being and quite right. Anyway, that's the right-hand side of the motorway coming home. That's a picture of our Carol going back into the house. Really did, honestly. Oh, lads. No. Lads. Can I show you that middle one when we're in Tenerife? Well, that one we're in the swimming club.
Ring, 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 ring.
That's the City Fire Brigade. Yeah, emergency. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll listen, we'll sort it out straight away. Yeah, okay then, right, bye. Lads! Wait, boy, go! No, we've got to take our Tracy's climbing on the back!
One or two have got to get changed, but we're going to come on to give you a short song all about Terry, as if you haven't guessed. So if the lads are ready, if they'd like to come out.
He goes in the office all day long, hoping and popping up what goes on. 36 years in the fire brigade, he's a little song as an accolade. Rocky, 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 Rocky. Come on, Rocky, Rocky, really gonna rock tonight. Went to the palace for his MBE, 3 times to see Terry. Gonna talk about this and that, border really gonna rock tonight.
Now we come to the serious side. I'd like to call a man who could have been the doctor up to the stage, if he's here. Judging by his handwriting, anyway, Station Officer Jerry Askham, if you'd like to come up on behalf of Greenwatch. Are you here? No? He was earlier. Well, perhaps White Watch would like to do theirs, as their station officer is here, ready and waiting. Get up now, Terry. Station Officer Taylor.
I haven't been on this station very long, but when you talk to everybody else, everybody has a lot of time, a lot of good things to say about Terry here. So, on behalf of White Watch, I'll keep this short and sweet because these are going to go on for some time. Thanks very much for all your time, all your work. Everybody really appreciates it. Thank you.
We seem to be one or two short. So, Blue Watch Eastern available. Are they ready? Oh, it's the doctor.
Well, thanks very much, Ted. I've personally got one or two things to thank you for. Your office management course when I first joined the job 20 years ago has stood me in good stead. I'm sure it'll come in a lot more use in fire safety next year. Since I've been here, Ted, you've been involved in just about everything good that's been going on in Central Station, and the lads on Green Watch wanted to just give you a little thank you for what we've been involved in. Thanks a lot.
Good evening. It's all running out of order at the minute. I think Red Watch are here, aren't they? Yeah. I think, have you got something to say to Mr. Dunmore?
Would Mr. Dawson like to come up?
No,
Oh, it's Gary. It's Gary, is it?
Just a small token to Terry. Done a great job over the years. Great character on the station. Just a token of appreciation from Red Watch Central too. Thanks very much.
Is acting sub-officer Betsy around? Blue Watch. Did you hear that, Dave? Aspersions were cast on your capability of remaining in a vertical position.
Don't understand that.
No, he probably doesn't. Anyway, I think... Oh, yes, here he is. Dave, would you like to come and make your presentation? This is on behalf of Blue Watch Eastern Station.
Blue Watch Eastern. Thank you. A bit of mouthwash. All the best, mate.
You're going to have some fun unwrapping those, aren't you, Des?
Be careful.
Next, I'd like to invite ADO Pearson on behalf of South Division officers.
No,
South Division.
on behalf of the officers of all divisions, Carol, and the support staff, catering staff, one-stop shop staff, wish you a long and happy retirement. to try and keep it moving so you're not bored for too long, because I'm sure Terry has got one or two things to say. There's somebody here from Central Station Rec Club, isn't there? They're not right. Coming up for that. Is it? Right. I'd like to...
Next one.
Right, I'd like to call upon then, chap who's retired, a lot of the blokes that are serving now probably won't even know him, you've heard of him. I'd like to call upon Steve Cobden. Now Steve retired some years ago, but when he retired he said that he'd always want to say something that Terry Dunmore's retired. Oh, yeah. So, Steve, would you call, please?
It's first of all, it's lovely to see you all again so soon after the last one. And wasn't that a fantastic sketch they called it? I've been retired nearly 12 years now from the fire service, and a lot of people say to me, "What do you miss most about the job, Terry?" Is it the drill? No. The nights with the lads, you know, card schools, that sort of thing. Yeah, I miss that. But I think I can say, hand on heart, the thing I miss most is the male bonding and the homosexuality. I served on Blue Watch for 19 years, or as it was called then, Blue Rinse Watch. And of course in the late 60s it wasn't optional like it is now, compulsory. And we all thought that Terry would make a very, very good AC/DCO, didn't we, Terry? I'll just tell you a little bit about a few of the characters on our watch at the time. We had Alex Wilson, who taught us all to moon properly. Ken Davis was the French kissing instructor. And I remember you queued up twice for the refresher course. Terry Smith, he taught us all the hallucinogenic qualities of yacht varnish. But of course, Coops was the only one that could manage a full glass. Mo Craythorne was our stress counsellor. If you didn't pull yourself together, he gave you a stress fracture. And Bernard Harris was our food and nutrition expert. And I think it's very apt and correct at this time, on behalf of the watch, to thank Bernard for his unusual but effective cure for Mars bar addiction. We had Pat Wright flown in from Milan to become our style guru, and he was the man responsible for giving you Cuban-heeled fire boots, bell-bottom slickers, and tunics with lovely centre vents and velvet collars. I should also say that it was Pat's idea to have the two tones changed from that monotonous, boring da 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 da, and we had Jimi Hendrix songs playing. Of course, Terry was on the watch as well. And I'd like to just give you a couple of... I'm shaking like a bloody leaf here, Terry. What's that? Calm me down. Terry was always in touch with his softer side, his feminine side. Well, you tell them what MBE stood for in those days.
My bum's electric.
Can you remember that year when we were together? For a treat, I decided to research your name for a Christmas present. And we found that Dunmore was a mixture of two ancient Scandinavian words that mean highly sexed and generous. And Terry is an Anglo-Saxon word meaning not very. Can you remember how we cried when Deirdre was taken into prison? And how you took me out for a fish supper when Mike Baldwin got her out? Can you remember? And can you remember when you had that addiction with Les Battersby? Eh? You really had a fixation. I thought you were going to be a stalker. So I wrote to Granada and asked them to send me to get to you a pair of his Y fronts so you could wear them next to your skin, but you couldn't get them over your head, could you? Now, I want to tell you that this is a bit of an appeal, actually. I'd like to enlist your help. Most of Terry's musical icons, people like Rennie and Renato, Bobby Crush, Lena Zavaroni and, of course, Kylie, they've all been superseded. We know who we're talking about, don't we? Terry is completely and utterly smitten by Margarita Prakatan. And I don't know if you know, but she's released a Latin American cover version of Deep Purple songs. And if anybody knows where you can get this, I would be grateful to get it for him. Can you remember the year that Terry Smith entered us for the Krypton Factor? He didn't think we were going to go, did he? But we did. And you said to me, well, we've got to get fit, we've got to lose weight. So we went on that Glenfiddich diet, didn't we? After the first week, we lost the power of speech, the will to live and fall back. And then we had them parallel bars fitted in the spare bedroom, didn't we? And 10 times a day we'd have a drink at both of them. Anyway, came the big day and we went on the Krypton Factor. And me and Terry, we did very, very well on that stupid bit of the print at the front where you have to make a nuclear reactor out of a cardboard box and a string. I just picked you on that, didn't I? Because you always said I was a good mechanic. And on the assault course, we were doing bloody marvellous. We were miles out in front of them other two gits, weren't we? The trouble is, at the end of the thing where you spin down, Terry said, hang on a minute, we've got to be interviewed by Ulrika Johnson. Just of general knowledge, Terry, wasn't it? Both of us were extremely weak at general knowledge. The vacuum. He whispered in your ear, a place with no atmosphere where the Pope lives. Who painted the sunflowers? The artist formerly known as Vince. Your turn. Why do Rastafarians all drive BMWs?
They think it stands for Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Those two blokes, those two other blokes, smarmy buggers they were, weren't they? Remember them? Rolly Bobinson and Dick Normanson, you remember that? Hey? I bloody do. And you had the last laugh on them, Terry. Bobinson's a new age traveller now. And that Dick Normanson sells the big issue outside Bruciani's. I can see him now, can't you? Well, I can see one of them anyway. Well, I'm going to be serious now and get my little present to you. I've made this for you out of respect for you and admiration and all the other nice words that you paid me to say. And I'm surprised nobody said it in front of me, but I think really your life has been conducted and it can be best summed up by your surname. You have simply done more.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to call upon now Bob Bateman from Blue Watch, which was Terry's watch. He's the actual longest serving member who's still on the watch. So they decided that Bob would give you our presentation. Please, Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to say a few words on behalf of Blue Watch. It's the first time I made a speech like this, so you have to bear with me, as you know, Ted. Ted joined our watch 21 years ago. Now, I was a young sprog at the time, been in a couple of years, and this lad, this sub-officer turns up with phrases like our Carol, our Brian, our Tracy. I wondered what the hell he was talking about. It doesn't take long to speak to him and to find out that he's a family man and his life revolves around the family. And I'm proud to say that I feel Blue Watch is part of that family now. Now I've got to give you this thing here, Ted. We've had it framed. It would look like a book token otherwise. I'm going to tell everyone what it is. It's from the Leicester Tigers. You can read it there. It's a season ticket for 10 years to go down to the site. Now this is just Blue Watch Central, Ted. Now we've pushed the boat out, as you can see. The only proviso is that someone's got to push you in a wheelchair. Now, you recognise one of these, no doubt? Yeah. You'll also recognise signatures on it. Not a watch, of course. Right, and so you can feel honoured there, Ted, with that. Well, we don't pair together anyway. Right, and that's a card from the watch, Ted. So, good luck in your retirement, Ted. From the watch.
Come on, we ain't done yet. Right, now, I'm not sure whether it is the final one, but it's the final one on my list, and that's the one we're working to tonight. I'd like now to call upon Mr. Norman Dickerson, Chief Fire Officer, on behalf of the brigade to say something nice about Mr. Dunmore.
That's totally for me. I didn't know how to say something nice. Actually, after Steve talked, you say that to me. I was alright. I've been over it. We've heard one or two mentions about Terry's renowned generosity. It's not, generosity isn't about money, it's about generosity of spirit. And I remember first coming to Leicestershire in '75, and the people who make friends with you in your first few weeks in the new brigade tend to stick in your mind. And Terry was one of them, who made the effort to travel from Central Station for the Western Station Christmas do, and made a point of being friendly. And I think that typifies what he's done all the way through his career. That not only is he very keen on looking after his boys, but he's very big-hearted in letting people into that family, into that relationship, and ensuring that they don't get into trouble before they know what the rules are, which is that you have to phone Terry twice a night. It was somewhat difficult to get Terry to go to Buckingham Palace because the bit of elastic that attaches into Central Station wasn't that long before. The fact that it is still attached to him, inevitably, is going to take some time for us to, I'm certain, get used to, and most importantly for him to get used to. He will still be around. It is definitely one of those few occasions when I can say to somebody, I don't have to worry about you staying in touch, because I'm certain you will, because he will find it very difficult to leave the brigade, and I'm certain it's a moving occasion for him. I'm going to do the formal bit of what I'm doing tonight now, which is to present him with his certificate of service. These are produced, as everybody knows, from the brigade's point of view, purely as something, as a memento to put on the wall. It says in recognition of 36 years of loyal service. I'm certain we've still got many more years to come from Terry, but in the meantime, Terry, I hope this will suffice. I just want to do something on a personal level now. We've got another gift for Terry, and I'm going to ask him to, rather than just put it with the others, to actually undo it, and then I'll explain it to everybody. You've got to put it on now, Terry. I think we ought to make it compulsory that he wears it for the rest of the night. It's lovely where the country actually recognises the work that people do at local areas. And Terry, you've done a tremendous amount in Leicestershire. We wish you a long and happy retirement. Yeah.
Right, before Terry does his right to reply, I'd like to call on the rec club now. I think they've got one or two things to say. Sorry to do it out of order. On behalf of Central Station Recreation Club. But I mean, it's not just Central, is it? It's Eastern and Western. You've been involved in everything from this, well, I don't know, the years have changed over the time, but you've been there for a long while. A long while. You know, like, the amount of hours and minutes this guy spent in a committee room talking about It must rate as one of the prolific ones, so on behalf of the rec club I'd like to, as well, Carol, can you just step up there for just a second please, Carol? Because, for all her hard work as well, always involved with the catering side and just support really. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Oh. Terry, I'm needing some helpers here. Just a little gift to say thank you very much for all your effort over the years, and wish you a very long and happy retirement. You'll have to open them later. Okay, then I've got a lot to write. Thank you very much. All yours. Remember,
Well, I know you're all expect me to do a speech tonight. Sure. I've done a lot of speeches. But I ain't going to do one. Thank you very much.
we're not having that.
Got to find it now. Can somebody just nip downstairs? There's 25... Oh, yeah. Can somebody just nip downstairs? There's 25 volumes of the Yellow Pages downstairs. At least I thought it was. It's my speech. It's for the first 5 years. You've got to come back next week for the second. It's in instalments. I'll find my bloody glasses. Somebody's gone to pot now. I didn't believe this one. Right, here we go. Just, it's only a little bit. I'm on it as quickly as possible because nobody's had a tweet yet, have they? Nice bloody grub we've got all week dry. Carol will be doing a knot. Bloody fault, that's the thing. I've done that bit, yeah, right. I've got 36 years of memories. And where do I begin? You know, it's unbelievable. There's so many people to thank. You know, all of you to start with, but I'll come on to that. I'd just like to briefly go back to the days of my training school, and I'm very pleased tonight that my training teachers, if you like, are here with me tonight. John Warden and Ray White, and not but least Frank Elliott. Not mention Frank last of all because he started my first day, October the 8th, 1962, when me and our kid joined the fire service, and I stood over under the wash area in a line. Frank stood there, and this ladder laying on the floor, looking at it. It was a hook ladder. Frank went through the business and introduced, says this is a hook ladder, gives all the dimensions. Look at this bloody great big thing what stuck up and went like that. And he says, and he explained to us what we've got to do with it. And he go up there under that balcony, sit on the balcony, next to the balcony. Well, you can't imagine the look of fear on my face. Well, Frank calmly looked at me, he realised what I felt like, and he said, don't worry lad, he said, when you get up there, you'll be well looked after. He says, you've got the Royal Infirmary on one side, the cemetery on the other. Well, you can imagine how I felt. But that was the start. And then halfway through my training school, unfortunately, Mr. McCoy is not here tonight. He was coming, but he sent his apologies. But I'd like to mention, he was the Deputy Chief Officer, Mr. Eddie McCoy, at that time. And he had me in the office halfway through the training school to give me a gentle kick up the backside, in other words, a rollicking. So you get your finger out, you've been too many late nights, too much night on the pop, you've got to do a bit more studying. And I was going to say to him, things have not changed, sir, but he's not here tonight, so I can't say that. Talking to chief officers, of course, you know, I say it's got through a fair few over the years, 7 in all, nearly 8, missed out by a couple of weeks. Never mind, if I'd have known that, I'd have stopped on. There are so many names to spring to mind, and but there are some who stick there. No doubt they'll continue to haunt me. I'm thinking one particular name comes to mind, that's Tony. Where is it? Tony. He's been a pain in the arse. Whether it be rugby, on the field, off the field, or whatever. You've only got to be, 5 minutes in the shift, and you get me going. Get the phone. 10 minutes in the shift, I'll threaten to pick a window or by 1:15, he'd be sitting there laughing, grin on his face. Got you again, Rocky. Got you again, Rocky. I'd just like to thank specifically Blue Watch tonight for their efforts, what they've done. Not just the present Blue Watch, but also the lads who were on Blue Watch over the last, how many years? 21 years, Bob?
21 years.
Especially Steve, who's made an effort to come tonight. Alex is here tonight. I've not had a word with him yet, but he's here. All the old lads. Still think it's the best watch. Not just Central, Eastern, Western, we'll come on with all those. But the other watches are a very close second. I've worked on their watches as well, especially for Pete, Red Watch. Got a bit on time on there. And I think the sketch was great, lads. Very good. I'm not finished with you yet, Yeah, if you like.
Have you got enough money?
No, I ain't. Carol's got all my money. Thank you everybody for the preparation tonight. I know Keith's had a bit to do with it, especially them photographs. I don't know where the blue he got them from. I've seen them for years. And Ken, of course, he's done this. I ain't got a clue how he done that, but it looks good, doesn't it? If anybody, I think it's a card or something, so if anybody, you can sign on the back if you want to, You will, Alex. And have you noticed something?
It rocks.
Even I noticed that. Thank you all for the presents, not just tonight, in presents over the last week, personal presents. The cards have been absolutely fantastic. Kind words. I don't know what I'm here for tonight. Is it me? I'm just on a high. I really am. I thought a week last Wednesday was going to be tough, and I thought I'd get through that and get through anything. But believe you me, tonight, that was the proudest day of my life. But this is a very, very close second. Believe you me, and all of you here tonight, I really think, it's marvellous. And thank you very much. I'd like to thank who was. You're not had the food yet, so I don't know what I'm thanking them everybody for, but I ain't going to talk again, I tell you, but there is a buffet in there, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm just trying to think who prepared it, actually. But, no, Carol and the girls are here tonight, prepare the food. I hope you enjoy it, if you get it, I've only got a bit longer. I'm trying to keep it. Let me think it's short. Last but not least, the artist here, come to the end. I'd like to thank my family, most sincerely, for sticking by me for all these years, especially my brother Brian, who talked me into joining the job, but so unfortunately he didn't continue that service. And I'd like you to I feel that Brian's with me tonight because he'd give anything to have been in the same position as me, and that's completed his service. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even joined the service, because he really, you know, he talked me into it. So unfortunately, and I'd like you to join me and say to Brian, kiddo, you've been great and you've stuck by me. Although you weren't in the service, you were always here, and you still are. They say they've got, you know, a good bloke who's always got a good woman behind him, but I've been fortunate, really. I've had 5 behind me. And I may say 5, you might perhaps I don't think it. I mean, I'm talking about there with me now. I mean, my mum and dad, unfortunately, are not with us now, but they were always foremost. But I've got 5 women. I've got my old drinking mate, my favourite mother-in-law, and that's Hilda. I've got my wife Carol. I mean, I won't say anything more about Carol because she stuck by me for all these years, and believe you me, she's had to put up with a lot. And I'm not saying that. She's just has done. I mean, you know, I won't mention rugby tours and things like that. And when I convinced her, when I was at training school, that the recruits went out at night and somebody got to go with them to look after them. And I convinced her, all the while I was on the training school, I've got to go out and look after them. So anybody who can stand for that, she's done marvellous. And then that's the end. Now I want to make a couple of presentations, but I'll do that after I've finished, if you don't mind, because I mean, time's getting on and we want to get something to eat. And I know I can feel the vibes, you know. Get it off, you know. Anyway, thank you for coming tonight. Thank you, everybody. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I love you all. Anyway, I don't bow to you, salute you, whatever, but thank you very much.
That's nice. Carol. That's nice.
Morning, Terry.
Yeah. The other 3 are my daughters.
Oh.
Actually told me he's doing his first stage 3 course with Chris at the moment.
Not this, is it, David?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We did all this 5 weeks or longer than that. Now we're making the course. Chris is always on it. Yeah, of course, like the
I think we're progressive. We're not sort of letting ourselves drop. I think certainly we know more about that.
Give me half a lager.
Yeah.